Good evening, everybody. It's great to have you all here this evening. My apologies for interrupting the conversation that you're all having. I just wanted to deliver a speech which should run for about 3 hours, so stock up now if you make sure you've got a good drink in your hands. Honourable Premier, great to have you here this evening. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends. So my wife Rachel and I are delighted to welcome you all to Government House this evening. This is our first King's birthday party, and the first King's birthday party since I was sworn in as governor at the end of January. So it's a special moment for us. We wanted to thank everyone for the extremely warm welcome that we've received here in the islands in our first few months. We both consider ourselves very fortunate to be here and to have the opportunity to live and to work in this marvellous community. It will be a privilege for me to serve you all over the next 3 years. And it's this sense of community which is very much at the heart of this evening as well, as we celebrate the birthday of His Majesty the King. As you all know, His Majesty has long believed in the power of diverse communities and their ability to support each other, to improve their environments, to lift up the marginalised, and to provide opportunities for the young. And many of his projects and his interests serve these aims, from the Prince's Trust charity, which was established when he was the Prince of Wales, through to his work on the environment, on sustainability and climate change. It spans his engagement to communities across the United Kingdom, across the Commonwealth, across the overseas territories and the rest of the world, including the Big Help Out volunteering initiative, which was organised to mark his coronation just last year. And for me personally, strong communities helping each other is what I've seen here in the Virgin Islands. There's a wealth of organisations active in every field. Churches, youth groups, community bodies, pathfinders, girl guides, the Boys and Girls Brigade, YEP and MAIL, Visor, Rotarians and Lions. Any Lions here this evening? Yeah, give us a roar. Give us a roar, Lions. Hey, thank you. The Red Cross, the Diabetes Society, the Alzheimer's Society, POOR, the Humane Society, the list goes on. The Rugby Club, the Cricket Club, the Football Club, the Sports Club, the Royal Yacht Club, the Running Club. Where's Vicky? Where's Vicky? So Vicky is the one-woman running club that inspires us all in the Governor's office. I can't mention all of these organisations, but all of these groups and more make a massive contribution to the Virgin Islands. They are the glue that bind us together. And I'm glad that so many of you are here this evening, and it's a real honour for me to have you all in the house tonight. And all of these groups represent the spirit of the people of these islands, the determination to commit time, to make the islands a better place, to support others, to provide opportunities, to help people realise their potential, and to improve and protect, and in some cases actually save lives. And alongside this incredibly strong sense of community that I felt during my brief time here in the islands, there's also an emphatic sense of service as well, service to others. I see that in the police, for which it's been my privilege to be responsible, and indeed in all the law enforcement and emergency response agencies. These are all full of dedicated people doing incredibly difficult jobs in extremely tough circumstances. I also see that emphatic sense of service in the public officers who give our territory such outstanding service, particularly at a time when we are all trying to deliver far-reaching reforms in our governance which will serve generations on these islands to come. I see that sense of service at every level, in every agency. The public works officers who go out in the floods and clear our guts. The disaster management team who are getting ready to keep us all safe as hurricane season approaches. And in my own team, in the Governor's office and here at Government House, it's a group of dedicated professionals I'm proud to lead. At a more personal level, I saw this incredible sense of service in the medical staff who looked after me when I dislocated my shoulder in April. And during that challenging period, I learned two very important things. The first was that this territory can be rightly proud that it has such a wonderful, wonderful community of nurses and medical professionals. Thank you. Thank you. Almost as important as that, the second thing I learnt was that it's very important to ensure that one of those wonderful nurses gives you lots and lots and lots of pethidine before they put your shoulder back into its socket. I'm not going to speak about wider political issues this evening. Tonight's not the night for that. But it is a night to celebrate the birthday of His Majesty. Whoops, off goes my speech. It's also a night to pay tribute to the principles that he holds dear and to celebrate the spirit of the people of these remarkable islands. It's a night that belongs to those people. It's a night that belongs to you. And I and Rachel pay tribute to you all. So thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you. Thank you. And with that, Mr. Premier, if I may pass the microphone to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. I acknowledge you, and I also want to acknowledge members of Cabinet present, Honorable Lorna Smith, Deputy Premier, Minister for Communications and Works, Honorable Kai Reimer, Minister for Health and Social Development, Honorable Vincent Wheatley, and of course we have Junior Minister, Honorable Lusard Smith, and I also saw Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull here, along with his lovely wife, Deputy Governor Dr. Flax Archer, and all other, also Honorable Dawson is here, Junior Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, Deputy Governor Dr. Flax Archer, and all other distinguished guests. Good evening to you. Governor, I didn't realize until you just spoke that this actually wasn't my birthday party. Well, I spent my whole birthday in an airport, so I was going to imagine that this was a party for me. But I'm very happy to be here in recognition of the birthday of the sovereign. And certainly we in the Virgin Islands have always had a very good relationship with the royal family. The royal family would have visited here in 1966, which would have been Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth II. And the second time the royal family visited, my grandfather in 1977, the late great Willard Wheatley would have hosted them here. And I know they have a great fondness for the Virgin Islands. And I was saddened by the passing of Her Royal Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. And I was honored to be able to convey those sentiments on behalf of the territory to now His Majesty King Charles, as well as Queen Camilla and the rest of the royal family. And I was also honored to be able to convey our congratulations to the King on his coronation. That would have been sometime last year. And King Charles, I had the opportunity to dialogue with him both at the funeral of Queen Elizabeth, his mother, and also at the coronation. And he always has such affection for the Virgin Islands. Persons would know that he visited here after the hurricanes in 2017. And actually, he met my children when he went to the Youth Empowerment Project in Fatags Bay. But he certainly came here to show how much the Virgin Islands meant to him, and of course he is always championing climate resilience in the face of all that we have to do for climate change. And when I saw him at the coronation, he certainly would have reminded us that we need to bury the electricity poles here, because after the storm, all of the electricity poles were broken. But he always, says to convey his best wishes to the people of the territory, and he's looking forward to visiting here again. And let me just say the admiration and respect I have for His Majesty, his commitment to the environment, and his commitment to service. And I'll be very happy, of course, to see men and women who choose to give service, honored at the parade, the annual parade that we have here to honor men and women here. And certainly, I think that is a cause for us to celebrate, and it is a great opportunity to recognize those men and women with the acknowledgement of the sovereign's birthday. So having said that, Governor, I don't want to go on for the 3 hours you spoke about. We as politicians can tend to do that. But thank you for your hospitality to us, for inviting us up here to Government House. We've always have very lovely gatherings here. We're happy that you're able to host your first gathering here with all of the people of the Virgin Islands, great men and women who you will grow to know and to love because, of course, they're entrenched in the fabric of the society here, and men and women here who do so much to uplift our communities. So with that, I want to raise my glass to the relationship between the royal family and the people of the Virgin Islands and the men and women who serve our community. Hear, hear.
So thank you, Mr. Premier, and certainly thank you for that toast as well. We'll now proceed to the national anthem and then the territorial song. I'm delighted to invite Gerard, who will sing the first verse of the national anthem. Thank you very much, Gerard.
God save our gracious King. Long live our noble King. God save our King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our King.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gerard. Ladies and gentlemen, the King. And now I'd be delighted to invite Akia, who will sing the territorial song for us. Akia, thank you.
Out of the huts of history's pain, our ancestors bled and died. But with strength and willpower, we overcame to restore our Virgin Islands' pride. To preserve the beauty, we devised a plan to obtain ownership of this precious land. Educating our people is the golden key to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and prides. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
Thank you very much, Akia. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless the Virgin Islands.